just want to quickly refer to what happened in the post-fight press conference, because obviously the new undisputed lightweight champion of the world addressed the world's media, and he made a wonderful point referring to Floyd Mayweather. Take a listen to this.
This is the new generation. We're bringing back what the old school was, fight the best, and you push on it. I'm not here to pick and choose who I want to fight because I want to defend my title and keep that O. No, nah. And now, who knows where my figures are going to go up, if they're going to go up after this. I mean, that's the thing. Everyone wants to be like Mayweather. In order to be like Mayweather, you got to be like Pretty Boy first. You got to fight those guys that they don't think that you'll win. You got to fight the likes of those guys that are undefeated and is a good fight in order to make those type of millions that people want to make. Why are you buying so many chains and all this at an early age? You're not making nothing. You're not making not a dollar. So, I mean, I'm just thankful that I'm able to be the first one to do that and push for the young ones out there.
23-year-old lad gets the game. One of the big points that he makes in there, and a lot of people kind of forget this, there are two aspects to Floyd Mayweather's fight career. Everybody knows about Money Mayweather, but Money Mayweather only became Money Mayweather after the fantastic win against Oscar De La Hoya, and he became a pay-per-view star. Pre-Oscar De La Hoya, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was ferocious. He was knocking dudes out, and Teofimo understands the aspects of what goes into making a superstar. This kid is on the fast track to superstardom. I'm absolutely convinced by it. Where are you at with him, Ben?
Yeah, I think that I was very impressed when I saw that. I think it shows he's got a great head on young shoulders. The world's his oyster at the minute, so it seems. He's certainly got the potential to keep striving on. He looks like he's got the mentality. I was also very interested in the fact that he said, listen, his dad's a little bit outspoken for me, if I'm being completely honest. He said,
that's fair.
I've met him, seemed like a nice guy, but he said, sometimes I wish he could just be my dad, not always my coach.
Yeah.
But that's what it takes, extraordinary measures to achieve extraordinary things. And he's been able to do so. And that's partly because his dad has constantly been his coach. He's not gave him, the ability that I'm going to be your typical dad. And I know, again, going back to it, Floyd Mayweather will say the same thing, His dad was very hard on him. Lomachenko will say the same thing. His dad was very hard on him. Because, like I say, to achieve extraordinary things takes extraordinary commitment, dedication, sacrifices. And, if he can keep that up, which he looks like he's got the right mentality after seeing that, he's definitely striving to go on even further. And I love to see that. Too often you see great fighters achieve good things in a sport, and then all of a sudden, I've achieved my goal now. And it's, where do they go from here? But to keep setting yourself new goals, and I say all the time about Josh Taylor, he become world champion, wanted to unify the division. Now he wants to become undisputed. Then he wants to become a two-weight world champion. And he keeps setting himself new goals, and looks like Teofimo's got the same mindset.
Well, it's interesting that you just brought up your boy in this conversation, because there's always going to be questions now as to what next for Teofimo, and Josh gets this all the time when he's going through and achieving all the great things that he's achieving. I'm going to say something now, and I'm going to go on record with it. For me, outside of the heavyweight division, the biggest fight in boxing, and I know Jack Catterall will get on to me, he said, what are you talking about, mate? I've got a mandatory situation to sort out here. But for me, outside of the heavyweight division, the biggest fight in boxing is Teofimo Lopez moving up in weight to face the winner of Taylor Ramirez. Would you go along with that?
I would go along with that. Do I think it's the right decision for Teofimo Lopez? No, if I'm being honest. Not the fact that because he's fighting, if it would be a case of him fighting Josh, I'm just saying for him to step straight up now, he's 23 years old. You know, he said that he can still make lightweight. Give him a little bit more time, he'll only get thicker, only get a little bit bigger, with a proper conditioning program, he'll only fill out into that weight a little bit better, a little bit more maturity. I know that last night he had the real physical attributes to be able to do what he did, but you step up a weight, those guys are bigger guys again, effectively not taking nothing away, but he was boxing a super featherweight, if not featherweight last night in his frame, okay? These light welterweights like Josh Taylor are a lot bigger dudes, and a lot of Teofimo's physical attributes will be taken away from him, or the advantages in those areas will be with his opponents. Not to say that he's not capable, because I think he's a fantastic fighter and he certainly will be capable to be a threat at 140. But for me, I would like to see him, just be a little bit more, take his time a little bit, and he's only 23, let himself mature a little bit more before stepping up another weight class.